Well, hello, welcome to me, the Get It Done Diva, Marianne Emma Jeff, and my new best friend here. We're not best buds yet. We are just figuring this out. And I wanted to talk a little bit today about, that honeymoon period when we set a goal and we got really excited, and then a few days in, a few weeks in, maybe a few months in, and we're starting to lose our momentum a little bit. I want to talk about that a little bit because it's definitely fresh in my mind right now, and I want to maybe put some tips out there for you that I've found that have worked for me. So at the beginning of the year, typical time when a lot of people, like the group energy of the planet, is often in a spot where people have got really excited and they've turned on their vision and they've got some really great ideas. And then a few weeks in, it starts to be a little bit more of a reality check for us a lot of times in terms of what it is we're moving towards and how far we have to go. And what we can focus on, and you know what, forget we, right? What I want to talk about, I'm going to share my story and then you can see the we and how you will fit in, okay? I think that's a much more fun way of doing it. I, this year, am recording the audiobook version of my book, Daily Momentum. Daily Momentum is something I wrote last year. It was a lot of fun. Every part of the process, it came together very quickly. It flowed. And I knew it's my third bestseller, number one best-selling book. And the other books I haven't recorded, I may now. I'm not sure. We're still making friends here. But I really knew that I wanted to make an audible version of the book, Daily Momentum. And so I got the microphone that was recommended and the software, and I, in full Get It Done Diva fashion, set it as a goal that I was going to get the audiobook done. And in my mind, I was going to do it in about a week, about 7 days I was going to take to do this. And it felt like that was doable. It's about a 5-hour read, so I figured that would give me enough time to read it and do a little bit of editing, and we'd be good to go. And so I'm excited, like we all are when we set a new goal. It seems doable. I have the vision of it. And then 2 days ago, I started recording the audio. At first, it was uphill. I was figuring out, why doesn't the sound very good? I had to be closer to the mic. I'm not doing this for this video, but for the recording I need to be. I needed the right software. I shout out to Dom, a friend of mine who is amazing voiceover. And she helped me really get everything together so that it sounded good. That was the first day. And then I recorded some on my own and I sent it over to her to see what she thought. And then the second day, I did some more recording. I heard back from her that she thought it was phenomenal. The sound sounded good and it was really great. And I was getting into my group. So I was moving at the speed that I probably would be for the remainder of the book. So after 2 days, I had put in about 6 hours into recording the audio for my book. And if I were to look at the book, I was on page 13. My family is laughing so hard when I tell them this because you have to laugh, right? You have to laugh. So I'm on page 13. The book is got about another 300 pages to go. So I've barely made a dent in it. And it feels a bit like a slog. And then I started to realize and look at my expectations. This was not going to get done in a week. I had to renegotiate with myself and say, this is going to take a little longer, and I want it to be fun, which means it'll take even longer, because I now have a very low tolerance for pushing through things. I used to do that all the time and make myself sick. I don't do that anymore. And so I'm going to do it until it feels fun and my back starts to hurt a tiny bit, and then I'm going to stop. I'm not going to just sit here and white knuckle it and do 12-hour days. And you can't, the thing is, with something like this, it is very obvious that you cannot continue to just push through because the quality goes down. And that's not always apparent. When we push through on goals, a lot of times we don't realize the quality is going down. You can literally hear that when you're doing an audiobook and you know, I need to stop now. And so it's really helping me manage my expectations and realize, and my main point here that I want to talk about is seeing our progress, especially when we're in that honeymoon period at the beginning. If we measure progress, if I look at, okay, I've got 13 pages in, I've got to get to 300 pages. That's a big gap. That's overwhelming. That made me feel a little bit down yesterday when I thought about that. I have to look at how far I've come. I have to measure progress from where I started and that I've done 13 pages. 13, 1-3. Not that I've done 13 pages and measure my progress with where I'm going. I have to keep in mind where I'm going, otherwise I'll never get to the end. I'll never cross the finish line. I'll never finish the book. But if I want to feel a sense of accomplishment, feel like I'm making progress, then I have to look at how far I've come from where I started. That's how I'm going to feel better. So I wanted to put that out there because you may be in that honeymoon stage a little bit with maybe a goal that you've set. Maybe you have a really big goal that you didn't set this year. You set last year or the year before, and you are in the middle of it, and it feels like, it's that just fog of not feeling like you're getting anywhere. If you measure your progress from where you started, not measure your progress from where you're going to feel much better. So that's my 2 cents, and I'll keep checking in with you. I have a feeling me and my new friend here and this project is going to be more than an audio technological learning curve. I think I'm going to learn a lot, and I'm going to have a really good book on Audible at the end of it. So with that, I'll see you in momentum.